I think coming into a weekend like this, you just kind of got to stay together. Do what we've been doing. I think we just kind of have to play how we play. We don't play to the competition. We just play. We don't play to the scoreboard. We just play, our standard of baseball. And I think that'll be a huge way we have to approach this weekend. So.
Is this kind of series the kind of series that you came to LSU to play in?
Yeah, absolutely. I think every kid's dream is to play big SEC series like this. Big schools going at it. Yeah, it's exciting. It's what every kid dreams of. So.
When did you know you were going to start last week?
Coach Johnson told me at like 10:45 that I was going to start. So I was kind of thankful for that. I didn't have a lot of time to think about it. I just was able to go out there and just do what I dreamed of doing. So
10:45 that morning.
Yeah.
Same day. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did that change your normal pre-game routine?
It didn't really change it much. I try to keep every day the same. I just got up, took a shower, brushed my teeth, did everything I do normally, and then it's kind of embrace the moment. Kind of this is what I've dreamed of since I was a kid. So just be excited to be there and give it my best. So.
How did you feel your stuff was that day?
I feel like it was pretty good. I feel like changeup was pretty good, which was very exciting to see. I feel like I could have made some better pitches later in counts. So if I could go back, that's one thing I would try to do differently. But I think I like my performance, but obviously there's some things you can take away from it too. So.
This might be a silly question, but do you get excited as a pitcher facing a team that is known for having power hitters?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a chance you can kind of display your stuff and show what you can really do. And I think if you're scared, don't go out there. So I think you just got to go out there and have the confidence. You can pitch against any team in the nation. And I think just because they're known for hitting homers doesn't mean you can't go out there and succeed. So.
What lessons have you learned, I guess, from the previous 5-6 weeks of SEC play that you kind of put in the back of your mind as kind of core beliefs and how you get outs in this league?
Yeah, I think there's three things I think that are really big, and that's first pitch strikes, first 2 out of 3 pitches are strikes, and to finish the hitter whenever you have a chance. And I think if you execute those 3 things, you'll be successful in any league. So.
Do you hope to start again this week?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think every pitcher on the staff would love to start big SEC weekends like this. So if they give me the opportunity, I would love to.
You look at it as a situation of like what you've done through the first 41 games, sort of tips the cap to you when Jay and Nate sort of sit down and have those conversations like, well, Connor's been able to do this for us so far this year. Let's roll with him again.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just very grateful to have that opportunity last week, and if they trust me enough to give me the ball again, then I'd be happy to. So.
Being a baseball player, especially in this league, I guess when games like Tuesday roll around, how do you still come back with the confidence of all the games you played before that? One game doesn't define you.
I think it's just something you have to learn from what happened. You have to acknowledge what happened, but you also have to forget about it. You have to just take the good points, the things that you can get better from, and you just have to move on from that. You can't really – it's in the past now. You can't really wallow in it, or nothing's going to make you better if you just kind of be disappointed in your performance from yesterday. So all it is just learning from the past mistakes and being better the next time. So.
That's a daily thing. I'm assuming that Jay preaches around you.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
Were you guys surprised at all that in their usual post-game huddle in the outfield that you didn't really have much to say that night?
Not really. I think we kind of all knew. We knew we could have played better. We knew there's a lot of things that we could have done better as a team, and I think there's not really a lot of words that needed to be said in that moment, other than we know we have to get better. So.
Too many free passes probably out of the bullpen, I guess. Just what's the emphasis there as far as attacking the hitters, but also not shooting right down the chute?
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of have to know where your outs are. Know what situation you're in, and where your pitch needs to be executed in a certain situation. If it's a breaking ball and a 2-strike count and they haven't seen your breaking ball yet, you kind of have to push it down and not just float in the zone. That's a mistake that I make a lot of times too. So it's just kind of learning from that, and just use it as a learning moment and move on. And the staff knows we can get a lot better, and that's very exciting that we're a lot better staff than we displayed. So.
Obviously, you throw a changeup. So what makes Zach and Kayson's changeup so good?
I think changeup's such a field pitch, and I think some people just are able to throw it a lot easier than others, and I think that's something that just comes very naturally to them. and that's kind of their pitch, and it's what they've been doing their whole lives. So I think it just kind of comes naturally to them to be able to use that as their out pitch. So.
With Kaysen, the ball seems to really just nosedive in that final third of the pitch. Just is that something that you just can't really teach, or is it just natural? Like how does that happen?
Yeah, I mean, if you could teach it, I want to learn it. But yeah, I think he was just kind of born with the natural ability to throw a pitch like that. So, yeah, I mean, I hope I could learn that one day for sure.
What's the energy been like in the locker room kind of coming up to this weekend, especially after Tuesday?
It's just been excitement. You know, you can't really look to the next game. You just kind of have to take it one day at a time and focus on what you need to do that day to get better. But I mean, obviously, we're all excited. It's a big team, big matchup coming up. So, but we just have to treat it, like every other day. We just have to keep going. So.
What's the balance there between bringing the juice but not being amped up too much to the point that you can't focus?
I think there's more of you just kind of have to focus on the excitement part of it. You can't let the nerves take away from your excitement. Everybody in the country wants to be where we are. So, just have to use that and be grateful for your situation and bring the energy rather than there's a difference between excitement energy and nervous energy. A lot of people kind of combine the two, but we just kind of have to separate those for sure.
Being the dugout guy, maybe if you're not in action that day, is just as important as maintaining that level.
Yeah, absolutely. I got to be engaged with the game and make sure the guys on the field know that we have their backs, and I think that helps a lot when you're playing on the field and you have the whole dugout behind your back. So.
I don't want you to give away house secrets here or anything, but just a prep day for a weekend series, what does that look like for you personally? Are you throwing a bullpen today? Are you just doing light throwing? Like, what's kind of the thing that kind of charges you up into the weekend?
Yeah, just making sure all my pitches are normal and everything feels good coming out of the hand, and just kind of get our lifts in. We need to get our lifts in and kind of go about it like every other weekend series, and just kind of make sure we're prepared. So.
You guys get to use an iPad during SEC games. Have you noticed that at all? The way it changes the game plans when you're pitching it against the SEC. How are you communicating with Coach Tutko, and how's that helping, if at all?
Yeah, it helps a little bit whenever if you're pitching that day, maybe your stuff's not the same. He can come up and tell you like, hey, like this is what's happening with your pitches, blah blah blah, and things that you need to change. So yeah, I mean it helps with the aspect is kind of pitch shapes and things like that. But other than that, really it's mostly about the compete factor. You're just going out there, and even if your stuff's not the best, it's just competing with what you have. So.
I know this is just year one here for you at LSU, but would you say this is a rivalry with Tennessee being, they were national champs last year, LSU won the year before? Yeah,
I would say so. It's a very heated game. Everybody wants to be the best, and I think we're two contenders to be the best. So obviously, it's gonna be a fight, but it's what every player on the team is excited for. You're kind of going out there and playing a team that thinks they're better than you, and you can prove that they're not.
Thanks, Conner.
Thank you.
Thanks, Conner.